encounter in my ontological, experiential learning training, I discovered myself. I realized that I had lived my life in the style of the wounded warrior archetype for many years. And I also re-encountered my inner child, which is another archetype. And then I realized that the Mandalorian, if you've seen it, it's a recent hit Star Wars TV episode, TV series, where the Mandalorian is a bounty hunter. He lives his life entirely in armor, protected, hiding himself, and he captures fugitives or kills them for a living, depending on what the hirer requires. And in the first episode of the series, he encounters a creature that has been affectionately come to be known as Baby Yoda. And you can see how it's going from there. The Mandalorian Season 1 is about the archetype of the wounded warrior and the inner child. The wounded warrior takes it upon himself to protect the inner child, who is innocent, full of wonder, and also has magical powers. And in the process of the journey, the inner child helps to heal the wounded warrior. He discovers his compassion and vulnerability, the softer sides of him, again, that he has hidden under layers of armor throughout his adult life. And so we have a beautiful arc of redemption. Recently, my son put on the movie Up from Pixar, and again I realized it's the wounded warrior and the inner child. Carl, the old man, was once a boy, and he lived his life wanting to do right by, at first, his childhood sweetheart, and then his wife, Ellie, I think. Eventually, she dies. He lives a hard life as a wounded warrior. And then he encounters a boy whose name I can't remember. Russell, was it? Who is innocent and has magical powers. He's got a magic GPS, and he can steer the flying house. He can tame the wild creature, Kevin, the prehistoric bird. And again, the wounded warrior takes it upon himself to protect the inner child. And in turn, as the story progresses, the inner child brings healing to the wounded warrior. Carl eventually rediscovers himself, becomes a father, a surrogate father to Russell, something he never got to do in his original real life. And Russell finds a father figure to protect him, to watch over him. The wounded warrior, inner child. If you've lived long enough, and by long I mean past puberty, you would probably have encountered your wounded warrior. You get injured, you get hurt as you go through life, aiming to do what's right, aiming to do good. And occasionally you re-encounter your inner child the innocent part of you who still exists somewhere on the inside. These two parts of you are not separate beings. They are integrated facets of your psyche and your being. To love yourself is to allow your wounded warrior to be healed and touched by your inner child. To love yourself is to use everything you have learned in your life experience to protect the innocence, the wonder, the magic, the power, and the beauty of your inner child. Thus ends today's reminder to love yourself.